Hello everyone, welcome back to Premier League Unfiltered. I hope you're all doing well. We have to start with the absolute biggest story in football today. Arsenal are the Premier League champions. After 22 long years of waiting, enduring and coming up just short, Mikel Arteta and his squad have finally done it. To come out on top after a grueling 38-game season is a massive achievement. And huge congratulations to Arteta, the players and especially the fans who have stayed patient through all these years to finally lift the big one. And I don't care which team you support, it was pure joy watching the videos flooding in from North London at midnight. The celebrations were fully deserved. It all started on Monday night. Arsenal went out and did exactly what they needed to do against Burnley. It was a clinical, professional, and yet another textbook performance. Now they got the 1-0 win and put the ball firmly in City's court. And the night after, Bournemouth did the Gunners the ultimate favour. City rolled out into Vitality Stadium, being crowned the FA Cup winners, but they faced complete and utter heartbreak. A massive 1-1 draw on the South Coast effectively ended Pep's title defence and handed the trophy to Arsenal with a game to spare. But there is even more massive news coming out of the blue corner of Manchester City regarding Pep and the club, which we are going to dive deep later in this episode. So let's quickly skim through the rest of the madness from match week 37 because the table has completely shifted. Villa 4, Liverpool 2. Villa absolutely dismantled Liverpool in a 6-goal thriller. With that win, Villa have officially secured Champions League spot for next season, and huge credit to them for winning the Europa League as well. Unai Emery is a master of that competition. It's his 5th Europa League trophy. Then we had Chelsea 2, Spurs 1 and Newcastle 3, West Ham 1. A massive weekend for both the London clubs because both Tottenham and West Ham lost their matches and have everything to play for in the final match day. And now while we might not have a dramatic title race going into the final weekend, the relegation battle is officially going down to the last day. Anyways, moving on, the final weekend of the season, match day 38, all 10 games kicking off at the exact same time this Sunday. Now look, the title might officially be settled and 2 of the relegation spots are already locked in, but there is still a lot to play for in the final day. We still have one more relegation spot to settle and the European places are completely wide open. First, let's start with West Ham versus Leeds. This is the big one for the bottom half of the table. West Ham are fighting for survival. The Hammer Spirit took a massive dent over the last 2 weeks and I just don't think they have a win left in them. I'm going for a tense 1-1 draw. Next, coming to Chelsea, Xabi Alonso is officially the new Chelsea manager for next season, and what an appointment for Chelsea. This is a massive tactical statement of intent, and for the game against Sunderland, I'm backing a professional 1-0 Chelsea win on the road against Sunderland. Fulham versus Newcastle, I'm predicting a comfortable 3-1 win to Newcastle. Spurs versus Everton, Spurs are in trouble right now after losing to Chelsea and the pressure is high, and Everton on the other hand are looking to finish strong. I'm going for a 2-1 Everton win. Then looking at City versus Villa, with the pressure completely off for both sides, I expect a wide open entertaining game. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Now we have to circle back to the big breaking news coming out of Manchester. Along with the heartbreak of losing the Premier League title to Arsenal, City fans are facing the end of an era. Pep Guardiola is officially leaving Manchester City after this season. You see, in my opinion, Pep is arguably the second best manager in the Premier League history, sitting only behind Sir Alex. What he's done since arriving in England completely altered the tactical landscape of this modern game. And look at the sheer dominance and the staggering numbers he's leaving behind. Multiple trophies with City, and he masterminded the only 100-point season in the Premier League history. From inverted fullbacks to using ball-playing keepers as extra midfielders, Pep completely rewrote how football is played in this country. And the level of consistency he demanded from City, putting up 90-plus point seasons, is something we might never see again. And his impact in English football is undeniable, and his departure leaves a massive void at the Etihad. And in terms of his accolades, he's won 20 trophies in 10 years at Man City, 6 Premier League, 5 EFL Cups, 3 FA Cups, 3 Community Shield, 1 Champions League, 1 Super Cup, and 1 Club World Cup. But then you see, City aren't a club to sit around. They operate like a corporate machine, and the word behind the scenes is that the replacement is already locked and ready to go in Enzo Maresca. It's a fascinating appointment. Maresca, of course, has the deep City DNA, having worked closely under Pep as his assistant. He knows the system inside out, and he plays the exact brand of positional, possession-heavy football, so it will be interesting to watch City next season. Then looking at other games, Liverpool versus Brentford, I'm predicting a 3-2 win for Liverpool. Burnley versus Wolves, I'll go for a stale 0-0 draw. Forest versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth are absolutely flying after doing Arsenal the ultimate favour last week. I see them keeping the momentum going. I'll go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win. Then the big one, Palace versus Arsenal. As we discussed earlier, Palace are completely focusing on preparing for the upcoming Europa Conference League final, so I expect them to heavily rotate and protect their key stars, and I hope Arsenal do the same as well, as they also have the UCL finals in a week. But I'm backing Gunners to sign off on a high with a classic 1-0 victory at Sellers Park. And finally, let's discuss about Manchester United. What a way to sign off our final home game of the season. A chaotic 3-2 win over Nottingham Forest. It was pure entertainment from the first minute to the last. We saw Mbumo and Cunha in the score sheet, but the headline is of course Bruno Fernandes. Fresh off winning the Football Writers Association Player of the Year award, captain went out there and registered his 20th Premier League assist of the season and officially equaling the record held by Henry and De Bruyne. Now while that game was a joy to watch as a neutral because it was so end to end, but if we play that open brand of football next season, we're going to get absolutely ripped apart in the Champions League. End to end transition football works against Forest, but elite European sides will carve the midfield open. So that's why we need far more control, and that brings me to the major issue behind the scenes. You see, we all know Michael Carrick is practically locked in as the permanent manager on a 2-year deal, but there is so much delay with the official announcement. And while we wait, City already have Enzo Maresca lined up, and reports indicate that they've been planning the summer window for him for months in anticipation of Pep leaving. Chelsea parted ways with Rosinia and immediately secured Xabi Alonso. We need this official announcement now so we can kick on the structural rebuild and the transfer business. We cannot afford another slow start to the summer. And speaking of the summer transfer window, the Forest game put one massive target right on our radar. Elliot Anderson, what a player. He was absolute box office in the midfield. Watching him run that game reminded me so much of Declan Rice's profile before his massive move from West Ham to Arsenal. Anderson is only 23 years old. He has the engine, the carrying ability, and the physical presence we desperately need. Yes, he might cost anywhere between 80 to 100 million, but he is worth every single penny. With Pep officially leaving City, United really have a chance to sign him. We have Champions League football to offer and a fresh long-term project under Carrick where Anderson could be the vital figure. He's just played at Old Trafford, he's felt the atmosphere, he knows what the fans are about, and he fits our DNA perfectly. So you see, our mission this summer is very clear. We either go all out on one of the best young midfield prospect in the country in Elliot Anderson, or we pivot to an elite proven European midfielder like Sandro Tonali. Anyways, looking ahead to the final day of the season against Brighton, pressure is completely off. Third place is sealed and secured for us, so I don't see much changes. Lemon starts as usual. Backline of Dallo, Maguire, Martinez and Shaw. Midfield of Mount, Menu and Bruno. And the attack of Ahmad, Mbomo and Cunha. I'm predicting a 2-1 away win for United and also predict that Bruno Fernandes is going to score and grab his 21st assist, breaking the Premier League record. And we desperately need to carry that winning feeling to the end of this season and start working on the summer transfer window, because this is now 2 consecutive seasons without a trophy for Manchester United, and it has been 13 long years since we last lifted the Premier League title. This summer window is our ultimate opportunity to capitalize because the rest of the league is completely changing. You see, City are entering a massive volatile transition from Pep to Maresca. Liverpool under Slot are looking vulnerable. Chelsea are starting from scratch again with Xabi Alonso's new project, and Spurs might not be even playing in the Premier League next season. So Arsenal are the only stable elite force at the top right now, and they will only get stronger. So the door is wide open for Manchester United, but it all depends on what we do the moment the transfer window opens. So anyways, exciting Sunday to look forward to. I see no changes in the top 5. Arsenal, City, United, Villa and Liverpool to qualify for the Champions League. Bournemouth and Chelsea in the Europa League. Brighton to play the Conference League next season. And West Ham will be the third team to get relegated. And so with that, we come to an end for this episode. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye.